What is up, you guys? This is MiniSuperHeroes Today, and we are back with episode 6 of my Q&A series. So how this works is there is a link in the description below to my subreddit. You can go there and ask me a question, then I take that question, put it on a little sliver of paper, put it in this cup, and then pick them out randomly every week. So if you can't hear it in my voice, guys, I am having like a really bad allergy attack right now. I'm really nasally, well, my voice is even more nasally than it usually is, and I'm honestly just a little like drowsy and tired, but that does not stop the Q&A series. I'm gonna answer some questions still, but if I seem a little, drawn back, that's why. I did want to point out before we answer any questions, somebody asked why I have these Thor Ragnarok instructions hanging on the wall. That's because I met Jeff Goldblum, who of course played the Grandmaster in Thor Ragnarok, and he actually signed those Lego instructions for me. So I'm actually going to leave some space here on the wall where when I meet Marvel actors in the future, I'm going to have them sign the Lego instructions that their character appeared in. Back there we've got Chris Hemsworth, an autograph there. You can see here it's cut out of camera a little bit, but this is a Daily Bugle newspaper from the Spider-Man PS4 game. That was a promo at GameStop. That's the Captain Marvel art, and so on. Maybe I'll do another updated room tour now that I've got stuff hanging up. But in any ways, let's answer the first question. Thor versus Superman, who do you think would win? From Lego Marvel Dude. Wow, that's a great question. Well, it's interesting. It's, are we talking like MCU Thor versus DCEU Superman? Are we talking comic books? Because if we're talking comic books, Superman actually has a weakness for certain kinds of magic. And if we're talking comic books, Thor's power is mostly based on, Norse magic and things like that. So there's a chance that Thor could take down Superman pretty easily in the comics, simply based on the fact that Superman has a weakness for magic. If we're talking movie universes, I think Superman would really put up a good fight. And then it would depend on what era of Thor we're talking about too. If we're talking about from Ragnarok on, I think Thor would actually stand a really good chance. But if we're talking about Age of Ultron and earlier versions of Thor, then I think Superman would have a good chance. So if we're talking comics, I'm going to give it to Thor. And if we're talking movies, I'm probably going to give it to Thor if we're going off the most recent version, but I'm going to give it to Superman if we're going off of Age of Ultron and earlier. So it's Mad Maxwell 26 asks, have you ever made a custom minifigure that you never shared on YouTube or Instagram? So this is an interesting question because sometimes I do make custom figures that just never really make it around to getting posted. Like, for example, one of my favorite bands is Electric Light Orchestra, who you guys as Marvel fans probably know the song Mr. Blue Sky from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, but I like a lot of their other songs too, and they're one of my favorite bands. And of course, Jeff Lynne is the singer and guitar player and writer for that band, and I made a purist custom of him, but I also realized that my average demographic on YouTube and Instagram doesn't even know who Jeff Lynne is, much less care to see a Lego custom of him. So, there are some that I've never posted, but yeah. See, I'm yawning. I told you guys I was a little under the weather. Alright, LegoFan5789 asks, what is your favorite Batman movie, and do you watch any kind of CW show on Netflix? So I've seen a couple episodes of different CW shows, but I don't really watch any of them religiously. But as far as my favorite Batman movie, I really do like the old 60s Batman stuff. I know you guys can laugh, but I do really like some of that cheesy stuff. But to answer it seriously, man, The Dark Knight was so good. That's a hard one to argue with. So I'm going to go with The Dark Knight. Alright, Flaming Llama 33 asks, do you have an all-time favorite Instagram post? So this is crazy because as of this video, I've been posting every day an original Lego photo on Instagram for over 4 years. So, that's 365 times 4, basically a lot of posts. That's gotta be, over, well, let's see, 365 times 4, that puts you at least over 1,500 posts, which is crazy. So, favorite posts, it's hard to recall all of them, but I really liked leading up to Endgame. Every Sunday I was doing a post of all the characters from every MCU movie in order, which I was also doing here on YouTube and showing you guys how to make those. So that was really memorable for me. I really liked this one photo I did of Andrew Garfield, Tom Holland, and Tobey Maguire asking people what their favorite Spider-Man was. That would have been back in like 2016 or so. And that was like my first one that like really blew up. It got like 5,000 likes, like absolutely crazy. So I really enjoyed that. But yeah, so basically that's where I sit with it. It's hard to remember all of them when you have, you know, coming up on 2,000 posts, if not already. I haven't looked in a long time to see what my total post count is, but it is pretty crazy to think about how that has gone. So Shade Knight Reaper 57 says, will you ever do The Office or American History figures? So American History figures would be cool. You guys should drop a comment and let me know what you would want to see. As far as The Office, I have some plans for that, so please stay tuned. I don't want to give away anything, but stay tuned. Definitely have some plans there. So here we've got MCU stuff. Yay, who's your favorite YouTuber? Great question. Favorite YouTuber. I really like Saber Spark. If you guys ever heard of him, he like reviews really bad movies and cartoons and stuff. I really like him. I really like Red Letter Media. They review movies as well. If we're talking Lego YouTubers, I really like Brickatect. Greg over there, he's a really cool dude, although we've never really interacted other than like in each other's YouTube comments and stuff. He's a really cool dude. I'd like to collaborate with him on something someday. So yeah, those are my favorite YouTubers. Mr. Meme Man 123 asks, what was your saddest death in the Marvel franchise? Saddest death in the Marvel franchise. I mean, obviously Tony Stark was really sad. I cried like a baby in the theater. Same with Black Widow and Endgame. I really cried there. But saddest death. Yeah, I think that those two were it for me. I mean, there were obviously some other sad deaths, but those ones were definitely the saddest for me. So I think this will be my last question for this go-around, and this question is, why is your channel's name Mini Superheroes Today? From user Mad96. I'm losing the question here. So my channel name used to be Lego Superheroes Today. Obviously the word Lego was in it, and I decided to take that out at one point because I figured as my channel is growing, you know, and as I'm branding stuff, I wanted to take out that trademark name out of my name, and Lego never pursued me legally or anything about it, so like I never got in trouble or anything, but I figured, well, I think this was back like right around 10,000 YouTube subscribers or something like that. It honestly may have even been before that, but basically I thought, well, you know, I think I just want to play it safe. So yeah, that's basically why I changed the name, but the reason it was Lego Superheroes Today or Mini Superheroes Today is my channel started out, and pretty much still is, very much superhero heavy content, and I honestly don't know why I chose the word today instead of daily. I don't know. I literally don't know why I chose it, but the idea was that I was going to post a Lego photo every day on Instagram, because that's where all of this started, and that's still true. I mean, I haven't missed a day in over 4 years, but Lego Superheroes Daily would have been cool too, but I don't know, there's something about Lego Superheroes Today and Mini Superheroes Today that really just rolls off the tongue. So that is going to be my last question for this go-around. So guys, be sure to visit the link in the description below to ask your questions for next week's Q&A. I will add them to the bucket here. You can see we've definitely still got a lot of questions here, so if your question did not get answered this week, don't worry, it will eventually get answered. Every question that's appropriate goes inside of this cup, and they will all get answered at some point. So, if you have something you're dying to have me answer, you can ask it here. Be sure to hit like and subscribe if you haven't already, although I don't think you would have watched this entire video if you aren't liked and subscribed. But if you haven't, be sure to do that, and I will check you guys on the next video. If you liked what you saw and you liked what you heard, feel free to click that subscribe button for more LEGO content coming in the near future. So, thanks for tuning in to today's video, and until next time, build on.